We suggest you search the planets in Beta Corvi for the probe's owners.
Okay, so that's where you get that hint. More current events.
Not more than 50 years ago, the Druge were informed by the now extinct VIII.b race of a powerful alien nation called the VIII.b. The VIII.b, the VIII's explained, were pleasant, sophisticated creatures, but they were also terminally depressed and often spoke about ending their lives by activating a super weapon, some kind of gigantic bomb, which they had found on one of their worlds. VIII.b, I think it was. The Druge recognized the description of the bomb as a precursor planetarium tool, which indeed was an explosive device of unrivaled power, and they set out to make it their own. Though the revolting, criminal, insidious Druge rarely leave their sphere of influence, it encompasses Algol, Almagas, and the Persei stars. They made a special trip on this occasion to the Aquarii constellation, where they made contact with the VIII.b. There is a device commonly known as the Ultron. Is it now in your possession? Ah, I see. The Druge sold this device to the VIII.b, explaining that it was a precursor personal magnifier, which would enrich the lives of their entire culture in too many ways to describe specifically. The VIII.b, I am sorry to say, fell for the Druge's foul ruse and snapped up the Ultron immediately. Fortunately for us all, the VIII.b did not pay the Druge's requested price, the super bomb, and instead gave them a collection of historical oddments and genuine artifacts, which to this day the Druge are trying to unload on unwary buyers.
Interesting. More current events then.
The VIII.b, who live in the Aquarii constellation,
we know this,
have grown very depressed of late. They accidentally broke the supposed Ultron sold to them by the felonious Druge. As a consequence, they are morose and melancholic, and will probably be unwilling to help you fight the Urquan. If you wish to gain them as allies, we recommend that you acquire the broken Ultron, as if it ever worked, and find some suitable replacement parts. Our information indicates that you could find these items in 3 different places. A rosy sphere at the Druge trade world.
Right.
An aqua helix somewhere in Thredash space.
Okay.
And a clear spindle, which is currently in the possession of the Pekunk.
Right. We have that.
Captain, that was the last current event we have for sale.
Okay, let's go on to race relations.
The Ilrath are presently attacking the Pekunk in the Lakeli and Kruger constellations. These beings have slavish devotion to their dark gods Dogar and Kazan, which in the past few years has been used against them by the Unga. If you need to manipulate the Ilrath, we suggest you discover the Unga's technique and duplicate it.
Yes, we know you've told us exactly what to do, should we need to do it. Anyway, more.
The Pekunk are a mystical offshoot of the Yehat species, who left their bird brothers long ago to found a peaceful enclave in the Kruger and Geitless stars. At the present time, the Pekunk are defending themselves against the Ilrath, who have been commanded to attack the happy birds by Dogar and Kazan. The Pekunk may be unwilling to make a formal alliance with you, but we have confidence that if you explain yourself honestly, they will help your efforts against the Irquan.
As they already have by giving us Furies, which we've scrapped. Anyway, last thing we can afford before we have to find more rainbow worlds or biological data.
The creatures presently fighting the Irquan are called the Korra. They are an Irquan subspecies who split off from the main species many thousands of years ago. Their present fight is a ritual reenacting of a major difference of opinion between two rival Irquan leaders after the Irquan overwhelmed their slave masters, the Dinyare. The Korra are immune to reason, having long ago lost the ability to see their situation objectively. They live in a self-maintained paradox. To ensure their safety and security, the Korra fight an endless battle against all other sentient species.
Not good. Anyway, we can't afford anything more, so we're done.
What else?
No, nothing.
It has. We look.
Alright. So that's all we can get out of the Melnor May for now. Now, we do want to do something quite specific. We want to find a world on the edge of Kruge space. Don't think it's there. It might be Arcturus. This is going to be a long trip, so transition away! Okay, here we are. And if I remember correctly, what we're interested in is over here. This large green gas giant. Well, it's not really a gas giant, it's just a big planet. You know, it has the sprite of a gas giant. Let's do a little scan. Minerals. Energy. Quite a lot of energy. Interesting. Intriguing, Captain. And lots of life signs. Report from surface. These ruins seem to be remnants of a civilization which called itself the Berwick Seas. All their cities have been reduced to radioactive slag by some form of energy weapon similar to the Urquan's fusion blaster. From evidence we have gathered here, we can conclude that this entire civilization was destroyed from orbit sometime in the last 8 to 12 Earth years. There are no survivors. End report. Okay, let's put a bit of distance between us and the weird things for turning around and... Okay. There we go. Very nicely done. So... Okay, and another one. So... There we go. And... Yet another. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, and turn around. Give them hell. Alright. So let's just go around here collecting everything we can. Resource units are not going to be an issue quite soon. That's what I'll say about that. So, yeah, I think that's all we can get on one trip down. So let us leave and go to the moon. Do a quick scan. Minerals, few, and one energy signature, as well as a lot of biological life. To collect that data, it's useful for the Melnor May. Okay, and right, let's get them all in a big clump. Right, and around this way.